Firstly, you are saying Canaan was Iraq.
In history,
now
there
you are
was no
saying
land
Israel.
called Israel.
That is
Okay?
incorrect.
There
You
was
get
a
minus
prophet
50 points for that.
There's a prophet called Israel.
If you stop now, we will stop with minus 50. If you continue making that point, you'll get minus 500.
When God, Adam and Eve, when they were in heaven, and they ate from the tree of knowledge, okay?
Adam and Eve were
And then went into hiding. God said, Adam, where are you? Okay, he was looking for him. Okay? Is God has lessened in knowledge at that time?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, if he is almighty and all-knowing, why would he ask him where he was? He could go straight to the point where he was hiding.
So you're asking
what
me,
do you make of that?
So here is where again I'm telling you, your Islamic view of God is not the biblical view of God. On multiple different levels you will see this. So you will think because he is God, everything he won't even need.
You should know everything.
One second.
He is the absolute.
One second.
He is the absolute in knowledge.
My dear friend.
He's the absolute. If God is not an absolute,
Here is the
questions to be asked.
Here is the problem. Yeah. Here is the problem. Yeah.
Right.
On the one hand, we have a revelation over a couple of thousand years from people who were able to perform signs and wonders, including even splitting the Red Sea, raising up dead people back to life in public, to be seen by a nation in some cases, and at least a few people. Nothing private, very, very public on multiple levels. On the one hand, you have that. It gets his history right, it gets his science right, it gets his philosophy, theology, morality, everything right. Morality.
Okay.
One second, let me finish, please.
Okay.
There is no point.
Because you put in too much in a small bag.
Are you a sensible man? Are you a sensible man?
I think I am. Yeah.
If you are a sensible man, let me suggest you something else. If you are a sensible man, you can let me finish.
Okay.
Once I finish, I can even remind you the points which I made if you wanted to rebut them. No problem. But once I finish, you can do that. There is no point in me making half a statement and you coming in every now and then and so on. No. So on the one hand, you have that. On the other hand, you have the Quran. With the Quran, what foundation have you got? With the Quran, it goes against the Bible. It goes against biblical. Now let me finish before you nod.
No,
let me finish.
I know the Quran better than you do.
My dear friend.
I know the Quran better than you do.
My dear friend, let me finish. Let me finish my point before you begin nodding and getting desperate and all those things.
You're not getting desperate.
Well,
just correcting what you
if
just
you
said.
don't know, if you're not desperate, you can wait.
Okay.
Let me finish and then you can respond.
Okay, go ahead.
So on the one hand, you have strong foundation Bible, signs and wonders, revelations, public revelations. Gets his history right, gets his science right, gets his philosophy right, gets his theology, morality, everything right. Yeah. On the other hand,
you don't know who wrote the Bible.
On the other hand,
you think it's God's word?
On the other hand, you have the Quran,
the Bible.
which gets its history wrong, completely contradicts the Bible in terms of history,
because God's word
contradicts the Bible in terms of theology, contradicts the Bible in terms of its messianic projection, contradicts the Bible on multiple different levels, and then
it's correcting the Bible.
Wait a second.
Quran
Wait. Let me
correct the Bible.
Unless you're desperate, you can wait for me to finish.
Okay.
Unless you're desperate.
I can show you. I can show you.
Unless you're desperate, you can wait for me to finish.
to confirm.
Let me finish first, my friend, and you will see I'll wait for you to answer. I won't interrupt. I'll wait genuinely for you to answer.
Okay.
Quran contradicts the Bible on multiple levels.
Right, correct.
So after contradicting, you would like to think maybe it has some merit to stand up on its own. But what you would find is that it gets its history wrong, gets its morality wrong, gets its theology wrong, and the Quran gets all of these wrong.
Okay.
And then wait a second.
Don't speak on behalf
Let
of
me
the
finish. Let me finish. Let me make my point, and then you can make your point.
Stop lying against our Quran.
After doing all that,
Go watch cricket.
I might think, okay, maybe there is some merit to the Quran.
Brother, who
I'd
wrote
like
the
to find
Bible?
what that merit is, because it's completely discrediting the Bible. introducing new things,
Okay.
and therefore
Tell me when you finish,
I-
okay? Because I'm running out.
you would know obviously when
time,
I'd
you know?
finish.
Yeah.
And then I'd
Time.
wait. And then you'd like to think the Quran has its own foundations properly after it has discredited the Bible. But what you find on top of that is all that you're left with is what you call a private revelation, which no Muslim, even none of the Muslims can verify by definition. It's private. So none of you can establish if Muhammad really experienced what he experienced or not. And on top of that, so it contradicts everything here.
You know,
And then
Muhammad,
it
just to
deals
remind
with-
you,
it deals with-
Muhammad's
it
enemies
deals
they
with-
used to
it
call him
deals-
the trustworthy.
I'm not
Okay?
asking you.
No, you said you put in doubts in his revelation.
You can
okay?
answer.
No, you put in doubts in his revelation.
You can answer.
Even his enemies,
You
they
can
call him
answer.
the trustworthy.
Yeah, well, you can answer. You can
For your
answer.
knowledge.
Brother, have you finished
His
your
followers
preaching? He's not going to.
haven't seemed to have learned to wait for Christians to finish before making some arguments. So contradicts the Bible. So you would like to think, okay, maybe it has some merits on its own, but gets its theology wrong, science wrong, morality wrong, history wrong, and then maybe there is a final shred of possibility that it is still true. And ultimately what you find is Muhammad's revelation is only self-serving. So even the ultimate
Let me ask you a
unbiased
question.
revelation.
What do you know about Islam?
The Bible is English philosophy. It's not about God. It's not about God. It's a load of bullshit. It's used to keep people enslaved, control the brains. This is an English philosophy.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
That's fuckery.
Thank you.
That's why Indians and Africans are slaves.
The gentleman is not Muslim. He's not
The
Muslim.
Africans civilized the English. The Africans civilized the English in 1555. They were savages or cannibals eating each other in this country in 1555 when they went to Ghana for food. Of course it does.
They went to Africa on a ship called Jesus.
In recorded history,
Nobody named Jesus.
Well,
in recorded history,
You can't kill God. You can't kill God.
in recorded history,
What history?
the first ever slave traders were Ishmaelites. What do you have to say about that? The first recorded slave traders
That's
on the
rubbish.
face of the
That's-
earth were
That's
Ishmaelites.
rubbish. That's rubbish. That's rubbish.
Who was Joseph? What happened to him?
Rubbish. Rubbish is
pharaohs.
talking.
The pharaohs, you know, they
Who
enslaved
was
the,
Joseph?
Rubbish.
What happened to
they
him?
enslaved the
Fucking
Jews.
Europeans was, huh?
You know, the pharaohs
The
enslaved the
Europeans
Jews.
were all starving in the 15th
pharaohs-
century.
Yeah, the pharaohs
Right.
enslaved the
No, no,
Jews.
simple. I'll give you the
So,
context.
see,
I'll
I've
give
taken you 3,000
I'll,
years.
I'll give you the
I know.
context. If you did not know, I'll give you the context.
That's why they have
In
the
the land of Canaan,
they have the
which is
Africans
not
as fucking
Egypt,
slaves.
pharaohs weren't
They
there.
believe in
Canaan
that
is,
shit.
In the
Iraq.
land of Canaan,
Canaan is Iraq, to your knowledge.
Canaan is not Iraq for your knowledge. Iraq is Mesopotamia, so that's something else.
No.
Get your
Canaan is
Canaan, for your
Canaan
information, my dear friend,
is Iraq.
is mainly today's Israel.
No, it's not.
Israel is today's.
Wait.
No.
What is your basis?
No.
Canaan, Israel, Iraq. Where do you find that?
You're not born in North. You're not from North Africa.
You're lacking knowledge. You don't have much.
Your son
you
is
know.
watching you.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you'd be a good example for your son. I really don't want to bring
don't
children
divert
inside.
now to
So the
personality.
point is this: Canaan is Iraq. Where do you get your information from? Where?
From history.
Where?
History.
Can you cite a few
I don't have any
sources?
books with me.
Canaan is in North Africa.
Canaan. Can I
The
show you
whole
maybe a
place
map?
is North Africa.
of
The
Canaan?
whole place.
Can I show you a map of Canaan so you can see it's clearly not Iraq?
All
Yeah.
of this information they have on the telephone, a whole lot of it is
So what is the
bogus
point now?
rubbish.
So you see what's happening here? He does not like facts. He does not like truth. All that he likes is
But you
imaginary
don't know
ideas.
what you have written here.
Imaginary ideas of what caters to his thirst.
This came about in the
So if you
16th
can,
century.
if you can look at that
The
map, please.
starvation in this country.
Authentic. Is it
It is.
authentic?
It is.
That's
It is.
bullshit.
So if you
Can
look
you
at that,
certify this book for me?
yes.
Is it certified?
Certified, yeah.
Don't change the subject.
Attested, certified, yeah. So this is Canaan.
The Bible is rubbish. The Bible is rubbish.
This is Canaan,
Total
yeah.
rubbish.
This is Canaan. That's
A woman
Turkey,
have a child and a man didn't
Israel,
fuck her.
Sinai Peninsula going
A
down.
woman have a son.
Where is
There's a
Canaan here?
province
And a
called
man
Israel.
didn't
There's
fuck
no
her.
land called Israel.
And he's God. You ever heard such thing?
There's no land called Israel. There's a prophet
And
called
then they
Israel,
kill him.
Jacob.
Kill
Say
God.
Okay? So he's trying to
Say so.
impose something on me.
No, my dear friend.
So there is no land called
the more
Israel.
I
In
speak
history,
to you, the more I speak to
No
you,
land.
you're scoring more and more negative points.
Putin-
Firstly, you're saying Canaan was Iraq.
in history,
now
there
you're
was no
saying
land
Israel.
called Israel.
That is
Okay?
incorrect.
There
You
was
get
a
minus
prophet
50 points for that.
There's a prophet called Israel.
If you stop now, we will stop with minus 50. If you continue making that point, you'll get minus 500.
The story,
That is simple.
hey,
That
the
is not-
stories of the Bible, the stories
That's
of the
not to mock
Bible is
you, my
based
friend.
on
My
North
friend, The
Africa.
point is simple.
The
If you
stories
can
of the Bible is
substantiate-
based on North Africa.
Obviously, you're very unhappy, sir, but
Story
that's...
of the Bible is based on
You have
North
to
Africa.
Africa.
From
You're
Syria,
telling lies.
come right down to Ghana.
God, let me ask you this, yeah.
civilized the English.
God asked, you know
1555 to
Abraham,
1666.
God
This is
asked
the seventh-
Abraham
this
to
is the
leave
fucking
a particular
seventh-
country, a particular
Where
city.
was that? Where was
All
that?
the
That is
great
Iraq.
stones to take them out.
That is Iraq. Ur of the
no,
Chaldeans
no, no.
is Iraq. Abraham was asked to leave Iraq to go into the land of Canaan. How could he
Where did
leave
he ask
Iraq
him
to
to go?
go into
Where did he
Iraq?
ask him to go?
That's all North Africa.
Go into the land of
all
Canaan.
North
Where is
Africa.
Canaan?
That's
According
all
to-
North
To the
Africa.
Bible.
And some land which is
Don't tell
out.
me Israel. It's because it's not.
Can I finish?
Yeah, it's not Israel.
It used to be
Are
Palestine.
you going to still stick with the assertion that Canaan is Iraq? Is that what you're going to say?
Yeah, Canaan is Iraq. Yeah.
So when you go home, I mean, you don't have to agree, accept that you've got this fact wrong in front of us. But when you go home, please check this up. Yeah, Canaan is not Iraq, is my point. You think Canaan is Iraq? You can check it up when you go
Now you're
home.
following a book that is a copy
Iraq is
from a copy-
recent.
From a copy.
Iraq
from a
is
copy.
recent.
The Bible was descended.
Iraq is
The Bible was
recent.
descended in Aramaic, and you have it in English.
Iraq
Okay.
is recent.
You have
That's an
it in
English,
So how many
English
times
philosophy.
it was
That's
translated?
English
The Old
philosophy.
Testament was written in
That's
Hebrew.
English
Common sense.
philosophy.
Common sense.
You're
So you
correct.
have the
The Methodist
version.
Church
You
take
have the
all
English
these
Canaan
black
is Iraq.
eyes and brainwash them.
Canaan is Iraq. Wrong.
The Methodist Church take them and
The
brainwash them.
Bible.
Canaan is
The
Iraq.
Bible is in
Wrong.
English today. You
What
understand?
was the language the Bible was
Okay.
written in?
The name was
You
changed.
don't have the
Which
the
languages?
authentic copy of
Which
the, of the
languages
Bible.
are you
You
talking
don't have
about?
it.
Which languages are you
We
talking
have the
about?
authentic copy of the Quran. You don't have
Which
it.
languages are you talking about when it comes to the Bible? Which languages?
Aramaic. It wasn't- it came
Oh,
out
The
in
original
Aramaic.
Bible wasn't in Aramaic.
It was.
No,
It was in Aramaic.
It wasn't.
It was.
You get another minus 50 for that.
And the
It's
proof
not
of
in
that,
Aramaic.
the proof of that, you know, if you go to the Copts in Egypt, okay, the Copts today, they pray like Muslims. Go to the Jews, they pray exactly like Muslims.
Wait.
They put their head down and pray.
Let me try to understand this.
Yes,
yeah.
they do.
So you
Go
were
and check it.
No, one second.
Go and check
So,
it.
so one second now.
it shows how
My dear
it
friend,
shows that
if
you are
I
in the
heard
wrong.
you, if I heard you properly,
Right.
you are saying the proof for the fact that the Bible was written in Aramaic is that the Coptics pray like Muslims. Is that what you said?
they are holding.
So let's for a moment.
They're
For a,
holding-
no, one second. For a moment, let's say the cops pray like Muslims. For a moment, I don't agree with that, but for a moment, let's say the cops pray like Muslims. How does that make the original Bible to be in Aramaic? How is that connected?
Because you lost it. Okay, you lost the plot altogether.
But how does that
You lost
connect
the
with the
plot.
language?
How do you
Aramaic.
pray? How do you pray?
I pray in all
Now
sorts of
show me
ways.
how do you pray.
I pray when I walk.
How?
Please note me carefully.
Yeah, okay.
I can pray when I am walking.
You walk, yeah?
I can pray when I am driving.
Okay.
I can pray when I am speaking to you.
Okay.
I can pray when I am speaking to someone else.
Who taught you how to do that?
Jesus
Jesus taught you how
spoke
to
to
pray driving?
Wait, Jesus of course did not
Jesus
drive.
told you how to pray while you're driving?
You get minus 50 for your history.
Can you
again.
pray in the toilet as well?
I can if I
Can you
wanted
pray in
to.
the toilet?
I can if I wanted to, yeah. Let me put it this way. How
That's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
it's embarrassing.
It's your religion. Come
What
on,
is
man.
embarrassing?
This is your
How many
religion.
different ways did Jesus pray, please? In how many different ways did Jesus
He
pray?
prayed exactly the way Muslims are praying
In
today.
how many different ways did Jesus pray?
I've been
I
listening
just
to
told
this
you.
man here.
This is the only way to pray.
Wrong.
No, Evelyn, no, nothing.
الدين عند الله الإسلام.
Let me read to you.
Okay.
Let me read to you, sir.
الدين عند الله الإسلام. You know what Islam means?
Obviously, that's not the language
No.
Jesus
You know what
spoke.
Islam means?
Excuse me, that's
You know
not.
what it means? Islam means salam. Salam is God. Is one of the 99 attributes. No. No. Submission and Islam is salam. Salam, who is salam? Who is salam? Salam is God. Salam is peace, and peace is God.
very weak
Okay,
understanding.
so you are very limited when it comes to knowledge. You know,
This
My
is
dear
very
friend,
limited.
let's see one example. Let's see one example. I'm going to read.
Salam is one of the
My dear
99 attributes.
My dear friend,
No, Islam means it's taken from salam. Islam which means follow salam, follower of peace. Who is peace?
My
Peace
friend.
is God.
my friend,
Talking rubbish
my friend.
God is peace. He is one of the 99 attributes for him.
My
Okay?
friend, let's see. I'm going to read to you a passage
Right.
where Jesus spoke to his father.
No.
One
Hang on a
example.
second. Hang on. Before
One
you-
example.
No, you mentioned morality, okay? Earlier, you just mentioned morality when you were. I tried to stop you, said don't stop me, okay? Go to to Samuel,
Yeah.
where God said, slaughter animals, babies, women, and children, even animals. Don't spare anyone. How do you explain that?
So you want say one
No,
second.
no, I didn't. No. He mentioned morality. I'm trying to put him to.
One second.
What happened in Noah's Ark?
One second.
When Noah got all the people on the ark,
Yeah.
what did God do to the rest of the people?
Precisely.
What did he do? What did he do?
Yeah, but-
Answer the question.
No, are you God?
Answer the
Are you
see,
God?
See what I mean?
Yeah, but are you God?
See, no,
Are
you're
you God?
stupid.
What is your
You're
question?
No,
You're
you're not God.
stupid.
You are not
My
God.
dear friend, one
Sorry,
second.
you heard what I said.
If I answer your question, can we then see how Jesus spoke to his father? Would you be
No.
willing to see?
Go back to the point that I just mentioned.
If I answer that, I'm going to answer that.
He was addressing the Amalekites about
Once I answer, can we get here? Once I finish that, I'm going to do that now.
Okay, go ahead,
Once
go
I
ahead.
finish, can I get that? So,
Again, I don't understand.
one second. So, as a Muslim, one second.
When he took all the people.
My dear friend, as a Muslim, my brother made a very, very remarkable point there, which is the point I'm going to make also in a slightly different way.
Right.
As a Muslim, you would appreciate that God can judge. I'm assuming.
Right.
God can judge.
Yeah, of course he can.
He has the authority to judge. Yeah. Now, what you would find in the case which you just mentioned
Right.
is God judging, which is what he did during the time of Noah. When he destroyed the
But he's ordering people to kill other people.
Let me finish, please.
No,
Let me finish.
Are you judging God?
No.
Let me finish,
No,
please.
no. Are you
Okay,
judging God?
Okay, you had a war, fine. But to kill
Would you
children,
let me
to
finish?
kill animals,
Would you let me
Are
finish?
you judging God now?
Would you let me
Are
finish?
you
what kind of
judging
brutality
God?
is this?
Would you let
This
me
is brutal,
finish?
you know?
Would you let me finish?
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah,
I'm listening.
لا اوكي خلها
You weren't listening. Would
No,
you
no,
be willing to listen?
continue.
I have been listening for the last
You
hour.
weren't.
I've been listening
Obviously.
for the
You
last
God.
hour.
So what you would find
Talking a lot of rubbish.
is God of the Bible actually has a track record of judging. You know, I said earlier the God of the Bible is very different from God of the Quran. What you find in the Quran is people judging.
Perfect.
Muhammad commanding. People following. What you would not
The Quran never tell you go and kill children, go and kill animals. But the Bible did.
My dear friend,
The Bible
what you would
is
not
encouraging
find-
people to commit
what
violence
you would
against
not
children,
find in
against
the Quran
animals,
and in
against
Islam.
women.
my dear friend, what you would not find in Islam is in a verifiable way God judging.
Where?
You would not find.
Where? Show me where.
It isn't there.
No,
How can I
show me
you
where.
what is it?
Because you cannot interpret the Quran. You're not Muslim.
Do you know?
No,
of a
show
place-
me where. Refer to a certain verse of the Quran. I can explain to you.
So according to
Because
the,
it is your judgment, okay?
according to the Quran, Muhammad speaking to Allah, did anyone else see that? Did anyone else see that?
What do you mean?
According to Islam, Allah spoke to Muhammad multiple times.
Unbelievable.
Question is, apart from Muhammad, did anyone else see that?
What is the point?
Allah speaking to
No,
Muhammad.
what is
Did
the
anyone
point?
else see
What
that?
is the point? No, no, you don't need to
My
answer.
point is,
You don't
in
need
a
to answer.
verifiable way, you would not find judgment coming from Allah.
Ah, but this is
Muhammad said that.
just a minute, just a minute, just a minute, just a minute, just a minute.
You are just here so we
This
can
is
talk.
all unbelievable.
My dear
None
friend,
of them so good. None of them so good.
excuse me, let's wait.
What are you talking about?
My dear friend,
No, we can
None of
answer.
the
We can
prophets
answer.
so good.
This is the
let's stick to one point at a time, please. Otherwise, we'll be arguing in rain. My dear friend.
Confused.
all the non-believers say the same thing. All the non-believers.
Well, I am an unbeliever, that is
Yes,
true. I don't believe in fantasies.
Yeah,
That is
all-
very, very true. I don't like to believe in fantasies.
all
Anything which
non-believers,
can't be
that they
verified,
will
I
go
don't
to
believe
hell.
in.
all non-believers.
foolishness. You said
Hold on. You said all non-believers they will go to hell. Say the same thing that you said.
Like I said to you, my dear friend,
Exactly.
I can corroborate what you just said. I am a
carrying
total
the Bible?
unbeliever in the
They
Quran.
question
Total.
the prophet. Did he listen? Did he talk? Did he see?
Question.
The same thing.
The question I asked you earlier is, I mentioned when I said you would not find in a verifiable way Allah judging in a verifiable way, he got offended. He said, show me a verse. And that is where I asked
you're
him.
trying to translate the Quran.
That is where I was asking him.
No, I have to stop you there.
That is where I was
You're
asking
trying
him.
to explain the Quran.
I'm not
You
trying
have-
to.
You have no authority.
You can explain it.
You have
Let's
no
say I've got
authority
it wrong.
to explain the Quran.
Let's say I've
You
got
have
it
to
wrong.
translate
Yeah, for a moment, let us say I've got it wrong. So I'm asking you to explain.
Right.
According to you,
Right.
do you know of anyone being a witness
Right.
for Allah speaking to Muhammad? Is there anyone?
Yes, the Quran.
Is there any witness? Is there any witness? Is there any witness in history that witnessed God speaking to any of the prophets?
Yes, multiple.
Which one?
Moses, Elijah, multiple.
Did they have any witness?
Yes,
way, no way.
multiple.
No
Correct.
way.
Yes,
No way.
multiple.
I'm telling you, look.
Wait, wait a second. You asked me a question. I've said yes. Why are you
You're
upset?
lying to God.
way.
Why are you
You're
upset?
lying to God.
You know what's happening here again?
You're lying
You
to
know
God.
what's happening
You're
here
lying.
again?
Because we know
You
it.
are so,
You're bullshit.
my dear friend.
Full of bullshit, isn't it?
He- Well done. Do you see what's happening here?
Yeah, we see.
You are
saying
beginning to
bullshit.
see
No, you are
that
saying
God
bullshit.
of
Give
the
me
Bible is very different to God of the Quran. That's what you are beginning to see, and that is what is upsetting you to an
It's
extent.
not upsetting me.
Well, you even
standing
use
on
the
the solid
term
ground.
BS.
We respect.
Are you not upsetting me?
Well, in regards to
You're not
God,
upsetting me. You can't upset me.
my dear friend,
You can't upset
did
me.
you not use the term bull something just a minute ago? When we were
Yes,
talking
he did,
about
yes, he
God,
did.
Yeah, because
you must be so upset.
Do you call that the word of God?
When we are talking
You call that the
about
word of
God,
God?
for you to swear,
Do you
how much you should be upset? You should be upset terribly,
not upset.
unless
Do you
you
call that
don't
the
care
word of
about
God?
God at all.
Yeah, continue. Give me
So let's
some-
see.
Give me some.
When I was talking about God so far, was I swearing?
So are you going to the
Was I swearing?
Where?
Are you going
Wait
to-
a
I
minute.
was-
Wait
I
a
was
minute.
speaking
Wait a
about
minute.
God. Was I
Let
swearing?
me just understand now. We are saying that we have no evidence. Now you are
Now I
saying
mentioned
we have
something,
evidence
but the-
from Bible. From
I
Bible,
mentioned
somebody
brutality
listen
in
to
the
God.
Bible.
What is
Let
the
him
point
go
you are
for it.
trying to make now?
My point
me
is,
say-
What you are that
God
Christian-
of the Bible has been verified
No.
to have spoken
Okay,
to
good.
the prophets of the Bible.
So the
No,
people
no,
who wait.
You
the
asked
people,
me a question,
yes,
my
yes,
friend.
The people who listen to the listen
Even
to the
he's laughing
wait.
at you.
Can you wait?
Speak,
Can you?
speak.
The people who listen
you've
to
been
the voice
speaking
of
enough.
God. And it is mentioned here that some people listen to. How can you approve that this is the voice of God? Tell me an approve.
Yeah.
Even
Well done.
no,
Good
I
question.
don't want to talk. Tell me, how can you approve today?
I'm going to.
that voice who was speaking to the Jesus
I'm going
is
to.
the voice of God.
I'm going to. Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I'm going to. Now,
How?
if you listen. Yeah. I'm
Give
going to
me an
read.
approve.
I'm going to begin by reading a passage for you to listen. So this is Moses' experience
Go
on
ahead.
Mount Sinai.
Go ahead, without introduction.
I'm
Go
going to
ahead.
read. Then this is Exodus chapter 19, verses 14 forward. Then Moses went down from the mountain to the people and sanctified the people, and they washed their clothes. And he said to the people, "Be ready for the third day. Do not come near your wives." Then it came to pass on the third day in the morning that there was thunderings and lightnings and a thick cloud on the mountain. And the sound of the trumpet was very loud, so that all the people who were in the camp trembled. And Moses brought the people out of the camp
what is the voice
to
of God
me.
now?
Excuse me, my dear friend. Either you care about God
Go ahead,
or you
go
don't.
ahead, go ahead.
And Moses brought the people. You don't have to laugh. This is
I am
serious
laughing
business.
because it's a really joke. It's really joke.
We
Go
are
ahead.
talking about
Go ahead.
God
Go ahead.
of Musa, who you think is a prophet. Either you care about him or you don't. You
ahead.
prove for yourself whether you care or not through your actions.
Don't judge me. Go ahead.
And Moses brought the people out of the camp to meet with God, and they stood at the foot of the mountain. Who did Moses bring the people to meet with God? Now Mount Sinai, excuse me.
Hey, God is dead. How can you care
Wait,
about
wait.
God?
Now Mount Sinai was completely in smoke. Mount Sinai was completely in smoke because the Lord Yahweh descended upon it in fire. Its smoke ascended like the smoke of a furnace. You listening? And the whole mountain quaked greatly. And when the blast of the trumpet sounded long and became louder and louder, Moses spoke, and God answered him by voice. Then the Lord came down upon Mount Sinai on the top of the mountain. And the Lord called Moses to the top of the mountain, and Moses went up.
So what is the proof? Can you? I mean, the gentleman asked you a question.
What is the proof now?
What is the proof that God spoke?
Let's begin.
The only way to approve.
I know.
That
Let's
God
begin.
listen to you now.
What did I
We
say?
need to listen to
I
him.
said I'll begin by reading this passage. Yeah. So what we have got now, let's compare. On the one hand, you have a person, Muhammad, who you call a prophet, who no one ever saw according to your own tradition. I am taking your tradition at face value. Let us assume it is true. Let us assume it is true. Even if it is true, what you've got is a person who no one else saw speaking with God. On the other hand, if you do me the same favor, I'll do more research in a few minutes. But at the moment, if you do me the same favor and assume for a moment that the Bible is true, what you've got is Moses speaking to God in thunderings and lightning in a smoke which descended upon Mount Sinai. Smoke descended upon it, and God spoke with Moses in what? Was it a private revelation? No, it wasn't. It was a revelation which the entire nation of Israel heard.
Completely
For a
diverting now
moment,
from your question.
I'm trying to clarify that if you assume Islamic tradition to be true, even if you did that, you're left with just believing in Muhammad, not verifying Muhammad.
Can you
On the other hand,
That's the Christian.
go back
Always
to,
make it.
to Samuel and just tell me why.
God judges.
What is
Why
the
did
proof?
God order?
God judges. God has judged during the time of Noah. God has judged the nation of Amalek, and God will judge. God will judge.
And the animals.
In the coming days, my dear friend, I haven't come to you with the good news saying God is not going to judge, but I've rather come to... One second. I haven't come to you with the good news saying God is no longer going to judge. That is not the good news. The good news is, God is going to judge.
That's fine.
But
You don't have anything.
in Jesus, you can escape that
No,
judgment.
we don't have a problem
That
with
is
that.
the good news
Hold on.
if you want to receive.
Hold on.